Hello and welcome to round 3 of the UK Angling Championship, where things are really hotting up at the top of the table. Round 3 sees us travel down the M5 into the southwest to this place, Viaduct Fishery, where carp are the target. Well, you're in position and there's a few people very concerned that you've drawn a flyer.
Yeah. I know Andy Powers won the match here on Thursday. He caught nigh on 300 pound in 6 hours, so made up. That's all I wanted, just draw a peg with a chance. I've drawn a peg with some form. Just hope there's a few here.
Richie, 3 points at the moment, looking pretty good for the championship and a decent peg today.
Well, everybody says that, but I was on that peg last year and we were bottom 3 in the section. But Paul reckons it's fishing a lot better this year, so see what happens, but it's not where I want it to be.
Oh, Andy, this seems to be the place to be at the moment. There's a few in front of you and you've got some form. It's quite tight here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably because of fish here and they can afford to put more pegs in, to be honest, but it's in the middle of the lake, it's a hugely good area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope the match goes my way.
What's the opening plan?
I want to start on the pole shallow purely because that's how Andy won the match, and you know, it's one of them things, you get a chance, you've got to take it. That's the form and that's the way to start, and if that's going to turn out to be the winning method, I want to be on it from word go. So it'll probably be a bit of a gamble to start on it, but you know, he who dares wins, Rodney.
Well, in true UK Champs traditional style, we have an expert joining us on the bank, and we've got England international Lee Kerry with us. Fantastic to see you, mate.
How are you,
now,
mate?
What a day this is going to be.
Oh, it's going to be a cracking day, Rob. I mean, we've already seen, the match has just started, we've already seen fish being caught everywhere, and I think the conditions today are perfect for a big weight. I think there's going to be some big catches today.
Carp are the target down here, of course, and there's going to be all sorts of different tactics that they can use for them.
Absolutely. I mean, this venue has several lakes and it's stuffed with big carp. And I think the tactics we're going to see today really are going to be a wide range, probably wider than any other venue. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the anglers choose and what comes out on top.
Now, what we've got to do now is we've got to put you on the spot. Paul Holland, he's drawn well, he's race leader at the moment, but Andy Power is really the local expert. So I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but they're two of my favourites.
My outside tip over those two is Adam Wakelin here. Yeah. Adam Wakelin's drawn at what we call a windward end, and I think he's got a really good chance of winning the match here.
Yeah, well, on my third, I'm going to go the opposite end of this section as well, because John Arthur up there, end peg Arthur they call him, he's got his end peg as he normally does.
That's surprised me that he hasn't had one so far. So, you know, no, I think he's got John's got a good chance down there. Apparently there's a lot of fish down there, but I fancy this end. It'll be this section in particular will be really exciting because there's 3 anglers. All the anglers are capable of winning, but there's 3 anglers on end pegs and Paul in the middle. So can somebody get in the mix there and spoil the party?
Yeah, well, there we go. Paul Holland, he's got the lead at the moment. He's in a very, very difficult section. What we do know is of all the matches in the UK Champs, this is probably the hardest to predict. The last hour is just going to be dynamite. You can put 50, 60, 70 pound on in no time at all. It's going to be a tricky one.
It's going to be a great match.
Well, Greg Norris over there is having a bit of a disaster. The net's fallen off. The fish is here, there and everywhere, but it's finally
He's got
safe.
it, hasn't he?
He's got it.
That net dropping off's giving him a chance to lift that fish in. Yeah.
Don't be filming that when you shout so well. I'm afraid, Greg, we've got that, but so have you.
We'll put that one in the outtakes, Greg.
One of your favourites, Adam, over there, doing pretty well at the moment. Decent peg in the corner.
Yeah, it's a decent peg, but you know, Adam is a fantastic angler. I really do tip him today to do well in the match. The fish aren't quite as big on this lake, but there's a lot of fish here. The windward end as well, and I think with him being very good, he's going to be very difficult to beat today.
Teammate of Paul Holland, but the same section too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they're all in the same section here, I mean, this section in particular has got a lot of very good anglers in it. And even though I do think Adam's going to be hard to beat for the match today, you know, there is so many other good anglers in the section that you just never know.
We've got N-Peg Arthur up the other end as well.
Well, I
haven't you?
can't say I'm surprised there, no. John's another very, very good angler.
Well, just looking over at Andy now, and every time we look at him, he seems to be playing a carp.
Yeah, he's really motoring now. He knows the lake so well, he knows when to go for the carp, and now they're there, he is really making the most of it.
Big fish as well.
Yeah, it's worth noting that because, I mean, even though Adam Wakeling's catching incredibly well, he's only got to catch half as many to catch the same weight, and he is really motoring now, so he might not just be on for a section win, but maybe a frame place in the match.
What tactics are these boys going to be doing to avoid the silvers then? It's carp they're going to be after.
Oh, it's carp, definitely. Well, I mean, the primary way to avoid silverfish on these sort of venues tends to be with a hard pellet. So Steve, just behind Adam there, who's got a fish on now, he'll be fishing bomb and pellet, feeding hard sort of 8mm pellets. And Adam's doing a similar feeding pattern. He's feeding 8mm pellets towards this near bank here. And then he's just swinging his rig up to the bank to try and entice the carp to take it.
What will his feed ratio be? What's he
Well,
putting in, 3 or 4s?
Yeah, 3s and 4s tends to be a popular choice because the bait is so big. You know, they don't tend to feed like loads of them all in one go. But I mean, Adam will be feeding 8mm pellets probably twice a minute, 30 seconds in between, just trying to get the fish competing. When you think there's only 3 or 4 pellets all the time, but it's every 30 seconds. That's a lot of bait in the course of 5 hours.
It's that sound of them landing on the water that's attracting the fish in as well.
On venues such as this, noise is massive, and I think that's why the 8mm pellet's so popular. We've seen a range of tactics though. I mean, even though they're fishing the same baits.
Check that one out at the back there. Sorry to interrupt you. A bit of a chip shop going on, frying panning that fish into the net. That's a decent
Well, we've
carp.
seen Steve have a couple of good carp on that bomb and pellet approach. So Adams have been a little bit smaller up against this bank, but I do fancy him to catch a few more than the bomb and pellet approach.
Andy Power playing one over there, and he's had a bit of a change of tactics. We've seen him on all sorts so far.
Yeah,
today.
he's tried several tactics from what I can see so far. I even saw him trying for silverfish at some point. I think he knows the lake. He knows when the carp are feeding and when they're not. You know, if he's struggling for carp, then he's trying to put something else in the net. But he's gone back on looks like the bomb now, and he's doing well.
Yeah, I saw him cast that out earlier. He's coming a fair old way over, so he's got to control that because it's quite tight, that section. It's going to be dancing in other people's swims if he's not careful.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, he's very good at it. I think there's always going to be an element of that because they're all so tight together and they're fishing sort of 30 yards out. So, but it's close over there. I've seen them all catching fish, but I'd have to put my money on Andy if it's close.
One thing I've noticed with Andy, I know his surname's Power, but you know he's very powerful when he brings those fish in. They don't stand a lot of a chance.
No,
he's getting them out quick.
he's very aggressive, and like I said before, I think the thing is that this venue is a big weight venue with lots of carp, and it's his home water, and it shows. People who, you know, are used to catching big weights of carp, it really shows. I mean, the angler next to him's in now, you know, and there's still a lot of fish in that area, so it's going to be a good battle over there.
He's definitely consistent at the moment, Adam.
He is, yeah, definitely. I think at the moment my money's looking quite safe, Rob.
We haven't been up the bank yet. You haven't put it with the bankers on. Have we got a pound, a golden pound?
Well, we can have a golden pound, mate, yeah. I think there's the thing is, fishing's a funny old thing. A wind could turn or anything. Just notice every time Adam's catching fish regularly, but every time Adam's had one, Steve Clark on the next peg has had one as well. So it's a long way to go in this match yet.
I'm liking the teeth action on the pullet as well. Right?
Yeah, he likes to do that, doesn't he? Yeah, he's obviously his method works for him, doesn't it?
Well, the race leader's doing it at the moment.
It is a good peg and a good area where he is, but he's certainly up against it. But I tell you what, he's doing fantastic at the moment.
When he's feeding, there's a massive fizz coming up over his spot now and again, so they're certainly there and having it.
He's up against it though, like, you know, we've just heard now that Adam Wakeling on the end peg is catching a lot of fish. I think if he gets top 4 today, he'll still be top 3 in the championships, but, you know, obviously his desire is to win. but he's got some very good pegs to contend with.
He's got a donkey on the end of this as well, by the look of that rod.
He's got some big rods, yeah. Paul likes to pull the fish quite hard, and he's got a nice soft rod there, so it allows him to do it. He gets the fish in very quick, very efficiently, and that's the main thing, really. They don't count if you don't get them in.
In carp angling terms, that's called giving it the butt, and he's got it.
Top flight match fishing is ever so competitive, and this is a great example today.
Two runners and rodders that are absolutely flying. It's incredibly excitingly, isn't it?
Oh, it's an incredible match, Rob. I mean, we thought the fishing would be good, not as good as this. I mean, Adam Wakeling, 25 carp at the halfway stage. That's phenomenal.
Paul Holland's consistent.
Yeah, Paul Holland's doing very well. He's in Adam's section, which is making it very interesting. He's doing well though. He had 70 to 80 pound, we think Paul had at halfway. So if he can keep catching, he's going to be on for a good weight. I think he's going to struggle to beat Adam on that end, but what a section that's turned into. Let's
have a look at the other lakes as well. Andy Power. He always seems to be on his feet playing a carp every single time we look at him.
Yeah, I mean, he started slow, didn't he? His first hour was slow, and we were thinking, oh, has he, has the power faded? But he is absolutely motoring now. If he keeps that up with the size of those fish, he's going to push Adam for the match, or a few others. I mean, there's a lot of them catching, but anything could happen in this last 2 hours.
Well, there we go. We will say that we did make this prediction at the beginning of this fine competition, and the man seems to be more or less smack on the money. Well, there's your man doing very well at the moment. We'll just take a bit of a closer look at his tactics. He's fishing very shallow and right tight up against that little hole in the reeds over there.
That's right. I mean, he's fishing at a full 16 metres, and like we've mentioned earlier, he's just swinging a very shallow rig in tight to the reeds there, and then accurately catapulting 8mm pellets just in and just short and just into the reeds, and it's got the fish really competing. They feel safe there. The wind's blowing this way, and you can see there he's getting bites straight away, even at that depth.
There we go, simple as that.
Yeah. He's also, it's worth noting here that Adam's fishing with a relatively light elastic, what we know is a 12H, and fishing with that sort of elastic means he can still get the fish in quickly, even though the elastic's soft. This is nearly 30 carp. That's phenomenal in half the time as well.
Seems to be averaging about £4.
4 to 5 pound, I would say, because he says he's had some bigger and some smaller. So 4 to 5 pound and 30 carp. That's 120, 130 pound at least.
It seems like it's developing into more or less a 3-stroke 4-horse race at the moment. Johnny Arthur is just speeding in at the moment.
On this lake, there is 20 people on this lake, and I would say at least half of them are playing a carp at the moment. That is phenomenal fishing.
Well, let's have a look at what we've got. We've got John Arthur. He's £200 plus. He's got 6 nets. That's 6 nets in the water.
Yeah.
We've got Paul Holland doing pretty steady through the middle, but he's probably out of the running for a 1, 2, 3.
I just watched Paul pull one of his nets out and throw 2 roach back so he could put some carp in it. That's how many fish he's got. He's throwing them back.
So he's got a shed load as well. Down at the bottom, Adam's just been steady all the way through. He's got to be 250-ish, but the way John's catching at the moment, he could well catch him. And then, of course, there's a man on the other pond, Andy Power. We're spending a lot of time on this pond because it's action central on here, but Andy just seems to be streets ahead of everyone else on that lake.
I think so. I mean, we're back to what we said earlier on that lake. Andy Power's lake, the fish are double the size on average. So he's only got to catch half as many, and he is flying. He must have 30 carp. So, somebody's got to catch 60 carp on here to beat him. So it's going to be very interesting.
How aware is he going to be now of what everyone else is doing?
I should think not at all. There's too many fish there, and the guys at the very top will not even be considering what other people are doing. They'll just be concentrating on getting the fish in and catching their next fish.
There it is,
in
the bag.
Fish, that one, yeah.
Head in the net, tail hanging out the back. Small net, but sign of a decent fish.
Yeah, it's a good fish, yeah, definitely.
Well, there we go, the success story continues.
He's very efficient, Adam. He's very, very efficient at catching big weights, and when there's lots of fish there, he is one of the best. So I fully expect him to go on and make this count today, definitely.
We think there are now 5, maybe 6 horses in the race. Scalesmen are going to be out soon. Hooter's going to be on. It's going to soon be game over, but there is, 10 minutes left, and it's going to be battle time.
Phenomenal. Brilliant match.
With the match all done, it was now time for the scalesmen to decide the final outcome. It was going to be close between the two race leaders, Adam Wakeling and Andy Power, and the tension showed on both the guys' faces as the scales worked their way around the pond. Wakeling was first to weigh. £248.15 and
£30 7 ounces.
£30 7 ounces. That is 279.06. 279.06. We think Andy Power has in the region of 280. It is going to be incredibly close.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
39.10.
39.10. Let's do the mathematics on that. 268.21. That's £269.5.
That's not.
£279.5. 279.
I'll just double check his one.
We have a steward's inquiry at the moment. We have 2795 against 2796.
Oh, nice.
Either way.
239, 260, 279.5.
279.5. 279.6.
We think.
Right.
It's phenomenal.
Well, provisional weights at the moment, it looks like there's an ounce difference in it. Wow. Now, we need to see this being a £70 net. If it's not a £70 net, then statistically, John cannot do it. So, it needs to be 70. It's not looking like it's 70. Bated breath and silence around.
41 exactly.
41 exactly, Adam. Well, there we go. You can't
Smash
possibly
it.
do it now.
No.
It's another, even if he's got £70
Yeah.
there. That was an awesome
Oh, it's
battle.
unbelievable. Unbelievable, really, really tight. It's fished really well, hasn't it?
An ounce. What can you say?
Can't say out.
Very-
Normally the answers don't go for me, but they have done today.
Just
Where it
talk,
matters.
talk us through it. Very, very consistent. You got the spot rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I've caught 57 fish, just steady throughout the day on pellets. It's been, just one line. Quite a simple match, really.
Excellent.
To win by an ounce is frightening. An ounce of a 280
£280
pound
pound.
is nothing.
Absolutely.
And fair play Tandy, comes here all the time. Brilliant angler. If someone was going to beat me, I'd rather it be him.
No, fair play. Well, congratulations. What does that do for points for you? Are you still in the running now?
Yeah, that's 9 points now.
Yeah, so
9 points.
still there or thereabouts.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Good draw at Boston.
And after a gripping competition at Viaduct, it was an impressive display from Adam Wakeling that helped him walk away with the top honours and the winner's cheque of £1,000. He enters round 4 on 9 points in the overall standings, leaving him still well and truly in the race for the overall title. Well, Andy, that was an absolutely incredible competition, very, very close. Commiserations on not quite getting there, but congratulations because you're top of the leaderboard now.
Yeah, it's looking good from here on. I'm glad to come away with obviously a section win, but it is a little bit gutting, like you say. But yeah, I've caught a few fish, really enjoyed it today.
Absolutely. What about Barston then? Do you like Barston?
I get on quite well there. I haven't fished it a lot, but yeah, I'm fairly confident up there, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's nice to be going into the last round in pole position. You've got a couple of chasers behind you. You're on 4 points, there's a couple on 6.
Yeah.
I think Richie Hull's directly behind you now on 5 points. So it is going to be a tight battle.
He'll be a big threat, definitely. Richie's a really good angler, knows what he's doing, so be very tight.
Roll on Barston.
Yeah.
Well, Lee, what an absolutely incredible match. We thought it was going to be close. We didn't know it was going to be an ounce.
Unbelievable, Rob. I just cannot believe what a great fishing match we've witnessed today. It's been an honour to be here. It's just incredible.
So let's look at what has happened through the course of the day. It has been very, very close, but to be fair, you got the winner right from the start. So.
Well, yeah, I was more luck than judgment come the end, but I mean, Adam, 279.6.
Yeah.
And then Andy Powell, we knew he was catching all day.
Yeah.
And we knew it was close, and he's been an ounce short. And we said, didn't we, if he's got half as many fish,
Yeah.
he needs half as many fish, and he's had exactly half
was
as many fish.
more or less smack on that.
He's
So I
been
must say,
smack on. It's been
this man is
amazing.
bang on.
Oh,
There
what a
we
great
go.
day, yeah.
Looking forward to Boston. That's it for us down here at Viaduct. We'll look at the championship standings. We see that the man Andy Power is now at the top of the pile. Paul Holland, he's got a bit of catching up to do, but whatever happens, Boston is going to be awesome.